Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of RNR with Rick and Ryan. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Rick.
Excellent. So this week's episode, we'll be discussing our thoughts on episode 1, season 8 of Game of Thrones that everyone has been talking about since it premiered.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, how do I feel about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1? I liked it, but just like every episode of Game of Thrones, it's more of a setting the table for what's to come. It's more of a, hey, previously on Game of Thrones and what's to come on Game of Thrones. Here we go. I mean, there were good moments in the show. I enjoyed it. I don't know what to say about Game of Thrones, episode 1. I mean, like I said, I liked it. I enjoyed what was going on in the episode. I enjoy where we're going to be going. They're preparing for the White Walkers to attack Winterfell, which I think is going to be probably episode 3. There's some characters who met up. There was a lot of yay moments for characters who were finally meeting up, but I have to say, hopefully they've done a little course correcting with Tyrion Lannister, because nothing about his character is he's always been the clever guy, and he doesn't seem like he's been that clever in recent episodes. Hopefully they're going to course correct with him.
I'm with you on that. Tyrion, like you said, he's always been the witty, always a step ahead of everybody kind of character. And in recent episodes, he's just been kind of there.
Yeah.
I think the character is so overwhelmed with everything that's going on and everything that's coming up that he's watching, he's observing everything. He's making a plan, but not really voicing it. I think he's just taking it all in.
Maybe.
Trying to figure out what the future is and what his part is going to be in it.
I agree. I believe that Tyrion will always... I believe the show lives and dies by that character. Because he's been the MVP of the series up until this point. He kind of fell off in season 7 because I think more along the lines of they're pushing so much story at once. I really believe that last season could have been 10 episodes and this season could be 10 episodes. I think they're just pushing way too much at once for it to really sink in the way it should. Me and Chris have been watching season 2. We just started season 3 and he owns it. Mm-hmm. He owns that show. But, season 7, he just really hasn't been owning it. That being said, there's a character that is not getting their just... I guess I'd just say justice. I was going to say something else, but... have you noticed that Brienne of Tarth has not had a good character moment in 2 seasons?
Yeah.
She is a badass. She is an awesome character, and she has just played a background character for essentially 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Since she saved...
Jaime.
No. I was going to say Sansa in episode 1 of season 6.
Yeah.
She's been around. I mean, she had much more, but her character moments have died since that point. And it's very disappointing because like I said, we're watching season 2 and 3 now, and she's just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's been all about Jon Snow and Daenerys. I mean, it's really everything's focused on them. I'm kind of jumping ahead. one question I had, now that Jon Snow knows his true heritage and knows that he is the actual heir to the throne,
Mm-hmm.
how is that going to play into the relationship he has with Daenerys? Is he going to tell her? Is he going to expect her and her army to support him now? Or is he going to still back her?
I don't know. I don't think Jon Snow really wants to be king. I mean, I think he would before he found out. I believe that he would prefer, like, him and Daenerys just be king and queen together.
Yeah.
I believe that's where he was headed. But now that he knows that, I don't even know if he knows the math involved in where he is in the lineage of her. I don't even know if he's like, is she my aunt? Is she my niece? It's like Game of Thrones in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he's done the math on that yet. There's a lot of things that Game of Thrones doesn't tell you. There's a lot of things in Game of Thrones that you expect to be bigger than what it was. I thought Theon rescuing his sister was going to be a bigger, more epic thing than what it was. It was just like, all right, we just broke into the ship and rescued you. You're good. I mean, it was just like a afterthought scene. I was like, what the fuck? Not like I ever needed Theon Greyjoy's story to be more epic than it is. Even though his story is going to continue in Winterfell, because that's where he's going. This is all spoilers, by the way.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, like, that story was just kind of tied up real nice and neat quickly.
And I hope they don't start doing that with every episode. Just like every little loose end that's still out there, they're just gonna get it all taken care of to move on to the next big thing. You know, there's a lot of different little side notes that need to be wrapped up before the end of the before the end of the series. But the main thing is the White Walkers and the final fight for the throne. But you know, there's also the Stark, the House Stark, and who's going to be leading that now, and you know, if is Sansa going to be in charge of Winterfell? Is she going to step back and let Jon actually take over again?
I believe Jon's going to step aside and let Sansa be the Warden of the North.
Yeah, Warden of the North, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't even think he wanted to be king of the North to begin with. He just kind of accepted it because.
Yeah, it was because it was a unanimous type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Now that he's backing Daenerys, and a lot of the people that were supporting Jon Snow are upset because he gave up his crown to support her, and now it's a struggle with getting the people that were supporting him to actually support her now.
Mm-hmm.
So are they going to turn their back on the whole situation, or are they going to actually realize that they need to be there, whether they're supporting Jon or Daenerys, because it's for the greater good?
The greater good. We will see.
Yeah.
That's all we can say. I like to believe that they still have plenty of tricks up their sleeves.
We've got 5 episodes left.
5 episodes
A
left.
lot of shit's got to go down.
About 6 hours of material to go through. So that's the good thing. But I'd rather we have about 8 or 9 hours of...
It's a lot to process.
Yeah. Like, every story deserves an ending. And I believe that they've hit the point where it needs to end. But I don't think there's enough time left to seal all the loose ends, as you said, and make it better. Because I think everyone's pretty much predicted where it's going to go. And Like, everyone knew that Jon Snow was Lyanna Stark's child, along with Rhaegar Targaryen's child. They knew Jon Snow was a Targaryen long before the show announced it.
Yeah.
Because the book still is being written for that, which is weird. Have you ever read any of the books?
No.
I've read about 200 pages of the first book. I can understand why people like those books.
Yeah.
But it's just so thick with veiny. Or the lore. I mean, the lore is just like, oh my God. It's like, okay, I need to take notes. And it's a little perverted.
Yeah, because...
Daenerys is like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin may have some perversion problems.
There's incest and
Yeah.
all kinds of sexual perversion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's quite watered down for the show.
It is. I mean, everyone is, raised up in age. I mean, Daenerys is 12 and Jon Snow is like 13 or 14. They're all early teens doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But they're still good.
Yeah.
So, last week we made a prediction who was going to be king. That's, probably not going to play out till the last episode. But we said first death. I said the first person to die was Tormund. And you said the first death was Theon.
Yeah.
So technically, no one died.
No.
So that bet is still open. Do you have any new theories?
Well, I can't really say I have any new theories, but with the first episode, how it didn't really advance the story at all. It was more of a setting things up for the rest of the season. Like you said, I'm starting to think that maybe we may not even see a major death until like the second to the last episode.
I think episode 3 bodies are going to start going.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to... I think by episode 3, the undead army's going to hit Winterfell. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to die. Now, who? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Jaime Lannister's going to die until the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think Lannister's going to make any. I don't think any Lannister other than Tyrion's going to make it.
So you think the Lannisters are going to be gone? Even Cersei? You think she's...
Yeah. I thought Cersei might live, but no. And maybe Jaime's the one to kill her.
It'd be quite poetic.
Yes. I think they'll die together. I think the undead army is going to be finished by season 4. I think
episode 4.
Damn it! I'm doing it again. Episode 4. I believe the undead army is not even going to be a part of the main scenario. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. They got 2 different armies, and they got to solve everything.
That was another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, the Lannister army is on their way to Winterfell to help fight the undead. Mm-hmm. As soon as the undead army is destroyed or whatever, I just wonder if, like, while they're on the battlefield and they kill the last White Walker, is the Lannister army under orders to immediately start fighting everyone else?
Who's in charge of the Lannister army in your scenario? If Cersei is, yes.
Yeah.
But if it's commanded by Jaime, I believe Jaime has built enough honor.
No.
Throughout the rest of the series that maybe he will not sick his army on the Starks and the North. I don't know. But I believe that Jaime Lannister's honorable enough not to do it now. odd how you can turn that around from where he was.
Right. He was quite the heel.
Oh, he was a douchebag. But, we are where we are.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Lannister army's coming. I believe it's just Jaime.
Oh.
I think Jaime came to warn them that the army's not coming.
Okay. I can see that. But, I mean, Cersei is being very stupid.
Not at all. She's the one playing it right.
I disagree. I think she should focus all of her efforts into defeating
The Night King?
the Night King. Because if the White Walker army defeats the North,
Right.
and they head south to King's Landing, the army there can't defeat them by themselves.
Well, she just got the group of guys from across the sea. She got like 20,000 men.
Yeah, I still don't know.
I mean, yeah. Are they at a disadvantage? Yes. But her strategy is let them fight each other to the
But
death.
you also have to think, even if they do have the numbers.
Yeah, I know the Night King can raise them all.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gamble. Everything's a gamble.
And I wonder how they're going to get rid of the ice dragon, the Viserion or whatever they call him.
The Night King raised him from the dead. And
Right.
They proved in season 7, you kill one
Oh,
of the
that's right.
White Walkers,
That's right.
all his whites die. So
Right.
if you get the Night King, the dragon dies.
Right.
Theoretically.
Right.
From what I know. Who do you
And
think?
I wonder if if it turns out that Bran is the Night King, is it possible if it is possible, will they realize that if they kill Bran, that they in turn kill the Night King, and then
I don't know. I believe that killing Bran is just something we need to do because that character is just a creep.
yeah.
I don't know why they had to make him emotionless. Yeah, I mean yeah. I don't appreciate the just like, yes, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the Bran is the Night King. That's just so weird.
And that is the going theory, but I know that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, going theories anymore. Just like the theory that Littlefinger is actually still alive. Fingers crossed.
I don't see how.
Because, there's a lot of stuff they were setting up. I'm like, for him just to die right, he's too clever
Right.
to go out like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember your theory on that. Whether he might have been
A faceless man.
Yeah.
Because he's from Bravos. I really need to sit down and start reading these books. I don't really have the time, though.
Books on tape. I guess they're called audiobooks now. They're not books on tape.
Yeah.
I've done that on a few books. Pop it in your car, listen to it on your way to work, listen to it on your way home from work. It helps pass the time as well.
I try to watch the show or the movie first, then I read the book.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks doing it the other way around.
Yeah.
I read The Client by John Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good book.
Yeah.
Movie sucked.
No, I never saw it.
Because there's just so much detail left out. That's mainly the problem making movies out of books. Just you have to leave so much on the table.
And they change a lot, which goes back to the Pet Cemetery movie that we saw a couple weeks ago.
Stephen King wrote the screenplay of the original movie.
Yeah.
So he put what he wanted in there, which, fuck. I remember that movie just scared the shit out of me.
And the acting in their original movie was not that great.
Acting, thank you.
I mean, it was just subpar. Except for the kid that played Gage. For a kid of 3 years old, he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, what you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that.
And Judd,
Oh.
yeah, he I liked him. He played that character well.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on Pet Cemetery.
Books.
Books.
Yeah. Leaving stuff on the table. I can see. I know where we were. So yeah, episode 1. I guess there's nothing really much left to say. The end of episode 1 ended just the way the season 1, episode 1, and we're at Bran and Jaime Lannister.
Eyes locked.
Yeah. What he does for love.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a. I mean, these guys have done a very good job. George R. R. Martin, Weiss, and the other fellow who created it for the show, who created the show and got the rights. They've done very well.
Oh yeah. All I can say is that the rest of the season and the rest of the series, every minute on screen needs to be working towards the end goal. It really doesn't need to be any more character development, no more setting the stage for anything else.
Mm.
We're in the end game now.
Yeah.
And it just everything needs to start unraveling.
Yes.
And we need to get there.
Yes.
We had all of the setting the scene in the first episode, and I think that's enough.
Yes. And, Jon and Daenerys frolicking on the dragons. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I wanted to say earlier in the episode, but I don't know if it's just me, but those two do not have
chemistry
at all. I'm not buying their romance.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go back to season 2. Robb Stark and his lady.
Yeah.
Remember what her name is?
Hot chick.
Yes. I totally bought their romance because, I don't know. I don't know if it was because she was hot or what, but those two had good chemistry.
Yeah.
And like Jon and Daenerys, I just don't buy it. Like Jon had better chemistry with Ygritte.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's because they're rushing or those two just don't have any chemistry. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, but I totally get what you're saying on that. It just seems artificial.
Yes.
And I wonder maybe if they're making it that way, maybe is one of them actually pretending to be into the other one?
I don't know. He came to her and she let it happen, so I do not know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. I think I've said everything I need to say about Game of Thrones episode 1.
Me too.
This next episode's going to be like 4 minutes longer than episode 1. Then episode 3 is supposed to be the longest of the series. At 82 minutes? No. Maybe it is the longest. It's episode 3 is the longest, I think. But they're all going to be 80 plus. Mm-hmm. From here on out, which is good.
Yeah. Wish it could be 2 hours.
Yeah, it could be 3 hours.
Yeah.
It could be in-game level length, which is something we need to probably segue into just as a little PS. On Thursday, we are going to be seeing Avengers End Game. We're not going to go live only because we don't want to spoil it for the person who actually watches the show, but she'll be with us, so I guess we're not really spoiling it for anyone, but anyone who accidentally listens to our show on Thursday night would be spoiled. So we'll probably record something small and then we'll probably do a real one on Sunday.
Yeah, give everybody some time to
have seen it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to see Avengers Endgame, you're seeing it open weekend.
Yeah, I definitely do not want to be at the movie theater on Friday or Saturday night this coming weekend.
Yeah. We're getting into it just because, my God, we've been needing to see this for a year now.
I've been needing to see this for the last 10 years.
Yes. Much like Game of Thrones, the MCU has done it right. And we're in the end game now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And some of the fan theories, if any of these fan theories actually come true, I'm going to be pissed. Because if like they alternate dimensions where Thanos ends up joining up with the Avengers to stop the evil Thanos, if that shit happens.
What?
Have you even heard that?
I have not heard that.
Yes, they're going to go into an alternate dimension where the current Thanos is not the real Thanos. The real Thanos. Oh my god. I spend way too much time on YouTube. And fan theories and all this bullshit. I don't need any of that in my life at all. What I need is Tony Stark to survive. I need Captain America to survive. I don't necessarily think that these characters need to die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see any of them die, but I have a feeling we're gonna see some permanent deaths.
Mm.
But we're also going to see a lot of them come back that died last time, so it'll balance out. I'm not a fan of their new outfits.
The space outfits?
Yeah, the space outfits. Yeah,
Don't believe anything they show you. That's the one thing I've learned throughout this entire process. Because last year, remember the preview, Hulk was in Wakanda.
Right, yeah.
So don't believe everything you see.
True. But technically, he was in Wakanda in the movie, just not as...
He was, but he was not the Hulk.
Right.
Banner was there.
Right.
And the Hulkbuster, so...
Right. Still trying to figure out why the Hulkbuster suit was in Wakanda.
I don't know, because that thing came from space? Maybe they shot it down from space?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe Tony Stark had him hold it there. Who knows? If you start picking apart the plot...
I'm just saying they never even said, hey, we should...
leave this here?
Yeah, we have this in storage.
But you know what? You know what bothers me about everything about this, about Infinity War? Fucking Captain America and Falcon, all of them they were in Scotland. Then they flew to America.
Yeah.
Then they flew back to Africa. None of them were jet lagged. I mean, that's a lot of flying.
It is. It really is.
That's like 2 days in the sky.
Yeah. And the time zone difference, that's got to mess with you too.
Yeah. That's the whole jet lag thing.
Oh, okay. I just thought that meant you were on a jet and you were tired for being on a jet.
You ever been on a plane?
Yeah.
For longer than 2 or 3 hours?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get into the science of jet lag, but I know I flew from Newark, New Jersey to London, England, and it was supposed to be like midnight here. It was like 7. I forget what exactly. It's like 7 or 8 hours. I should have been in bed when the day was just starting. We hadn't slept. It was just awful.
I can see where that would be a pain.
It sucks. Like, I don't like to fly. I swore if I ever won the Powerball, I'd just take a ship around the world.
That would be excellent.
Yeah. We have looked into a cruise. It's like a 24-day cruise, and you go around the world.
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. Well, if we win, we're all going.
Well, if we win, or if you win, we should just buy our own yacht and live on that.
I don't know. How big's the lottery? If it's a couple $100 million, oh yeah, totally. But if it's like 10, I mean like 10 million, I don't think I could afford. I could probably afford the yacht, but I don't think I could afford to maintain the yacht.
With a crew.
Yeah, you'd have to have a crew. Yeah. You have to store it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just getting tickets on a liner would be a lot easier.
Yeah. You can get the really nice suite.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Spare no expense. All right. Well, I guess next Sunday when we review episode 2 of Game of Thrones Season 8 and
Avengers End Game.
thank you. I was like, I kept wanting to say Infinity War. I'm like, that's not what it's called.
Infinity War 2.
Yeah. Endgame. This is RNR with Rick and Ryan. I'm Ryan.
I'm Rick.
Very good.